Hey, chiropractors, do insurance companies really care about you or the patient for that matter? And so, if you're anything like me as a chiropractor, when I got to chiropractic school, I was just told, well, you go ahead and accept insurance, and then what happens is people will come. The challenge on that one is eventually insurance companies put a limitation on what you can charge, how many people you can see, or sorry, how many visits you can have. And there's so many limitations of what you can or can't do. And ultimately what happens is they depict your value, but they've never met your patient. They don't know the challenges. They don't know anything about the patient. They only see them as a number. And so in chiropractic, what we do is we end up treating an insurance plan more than a patient. And I found myself doing this one time. I gave some codes and I put them down, and I knew that I had done this for a service, and I put everything to the T. And then the insurance company goes, yeah, well, that's not medically necessary. And so then I started actually going and treating and playing all the manipulative things where eventually I put these codes and I'll only see this much. And then I found myself staying really focused more on treating the insurance plan than I did the patient. Until I started flipping over to a different model, what happens is I was giving the patient the best recommendation of what they actually needed and had a clear way to communicate the value of what a patient needed, even when insurance said it's not medically necessary. And the patients who actually reached into their pocket and said, I value that, turned out they were a better quality patient. They actually, again, they paid, they had more invested in their health. But what happened is I had to find ways to communicate the value to exchange, so make sure that the patient, if they did reach into their pocket, number one, they actually got patient results. But number two, they actually were able to see the value and they were happier on the end. And so as a chiropractor, there's ways to do this, but there's also ways to do this on a different way with niches. Niches like peripheral neuropathy that are not covered by insurance, because insurance companies don't care about the patients. They don't care at all. And quite honestly, if they did, it'd be a different story. But you and I both know they don't. And so what happens is if they say, well, in certain ones, we only cover some regions of the spine, but legs and feet don't matter, you have to be good at communication. You have to be able to get great results, but you have to build ultimately the best way to make sure the patient feels seen, they know, like, and trust you, and ultimately have a great experience and ultimately accept care recommendations. They pay you for the results and you're able to get them the results. And so there are certain ways to make sure that the patient can get results when you have everything communicated the right way. And so if you're looking for help on ways to have a profitable practice, one that is not dependent on insurance, but ultimately you're able to get great patient results, go ahead and click the link below for your free resource today.